Okay.
Hello, Elena. Welcome. It's nice to meet you. What brings you to counseling today?
Well, hi, Jenna. It's nice to meet you as well. Um, I mean, I guess I've been kind of struggling a little bit lately. Um, just a few things that have been going on in my personal life. Um, you know, I've been, I'm currently pregnant and, dealing with some clinical depression in regards to that. I think it's managed okay, but I do have fears that it's going to get worse. Um, I've just been kind of feeling blah. Like most people should be really excited about their pregnancy, and I just don't feel that way. I just kind of feel like I'm existing.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Can you tell me more about, you described it as blah. Can you tell me what that looks like or feels like a little bit more for you?
Yeah. So, I mean, have you ever seen Charlie Brown?
hmm hmm
So, the teacher, and she's always like, womp, 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 womp.
Yes.
It's kind of like that feeling, like that voice, but in everyday life. So it's almost like it's almost kind of like being a zombie. Like you just are indifferent, just kind of here and existing.
Everything feels sort of flatter, monotone. Does that sound right?
Yeah, like it's hard to find the everyday, gratefuls or the everyday excitement, like most people when they go to their ultrasounds and things or they're, they feel baby kick and all that. Like of course it makes me happy to know she's doing well, but I feel like it doesn't bring me the excitement that it should. It almost feels numbing, if that makes sense.
Sounds like you might even be feeling a little disappointed in yourself that you're not feeling happier about it.
Yeah, I mean, I am struggling with that. It kind of gives me, um, a bit of a complex, if you will. It makes me feel like maybe I'm not going to be a good mom, maybe already, because so some of my friends and my family members, oh, you should be excited, it's a baby, and I don't feel that, and so it makes me feel like something's wrong with me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is tough to walk around feeling like something's wrong with you when everything's okay, but you don't feel like everything's okay. You feel like you should be more excited than you are, feeling very flat, kind of. Would you describe it as disappointed or just more sad?
Um, Either like because I'm not disappointed about the pregnancy. I definitely wanted this. It's something we planned for. Disappointed himself for not more excited for sure. Um, but kind of, I guess the word would be melancholy, kind of a melancholy feeling, if you will. So
Yes,
not really sad per se, but you know,
but kind of a slow and steady. Oops, did I lose you? There you
love
go.
this. Go ahead.
Okay,
So sorry.
okay, it's okay. Okay. Oh, so I hear you saying that you're feeling melancholy. Can you tell me about when you feel that way?
It's kind of day to day, honestly. It almost feels like living in a dream state. Um, so
Disconnected?
not even, yeah, kind of. That's pretty much what it feels like.
And do you find that you feel this way most days, some days?
I would say most days. If I had to compare them to each other, I would say that I feel that way more days than not.
Oh, that is tough. Are there times that you're feeling different, either worse or better?
I mean, I do have times of feeling better, I would think. Usually the morning time when I wake up is the best time. But as I kind of go throughout the day, it just kind of starts slumping back down. And it's probably important to know that I was on medication. And then when I got pregnant, I decided to come off of it because I was worried about the side effects.
So you discontinued a medication that made you feel, did it alleviate depression, the medication? Is that what it was for?
It did. I was on an SSRI, but I under the care of my doctor and
Yes.
their advice. My OB knows and their advice, and because my depression was never like severe, and I mean even now I wouldn't say it's severe. It's just kind of you know.
But it's there pretty much all day, every day. And did you feel like this was
Yeah.
likely to happen during your pregnancy? Or were you kind of taken by surprise?
I think the level kind of took me by surprise. Like I definitely knew there would probably be some of those old feelings again, but I guess there was a part of me that thought being pregnant would kind of counteract that. Being excited about the baby getting here, um, and it hasn't, and so that concerns me.
And it's just difficult to get through every day. I know when I was pregnant, I sure didn't feel great physically. And then to feel just blah on top of that, it's got to be difficult for you to get through your days right now. Do you find that it's affecting the rest of your life? Are you working right now?
I am working. I mean, I'm still present at work. And honestly, work provides such a great distraction because I have to really focus on what I'm doing. So, I guess I don't notice it as much at work because I have to put that mask on, if you will. But once I'm home or, I'm not working, say I'm off and it's the weekend, it's just there. It's just there.
That's when you notice it. That's when you notice there's that feeling. There's that sort of blah, disconnected. It's almost distracting you from things that are
Yeah.
important to you, like this pregnancy.
Yeah.
Is it affecting your relationships at all? People you care about?
I mean, my husband doesn't understand. I wouldn't say it's affecting us negatively. He just doesn't know how to help me. And you know how men, they just want to fix it, right? They just want to fix everything. He doesn't know how to help me. And, he's really excited. And so I find myself when he's talking excitedly about the baby and stuff, just kind of mimicking that emotion. And then, of course, my mother thinks that something's wrong with me because it's not normal to feel this way. I have a couple of friends who one said it's pretty normal. She said she kind of went through the same thing and then that changed towards the end of her pregnancy. Um, and then another one of my friends, she thinks it's odd, but she had like the perfect pregnancy. So,
So different people in your life have different viewpoints on what's going on and whether it's normal or not normal.
right.
But you're concerned. You're concerned about whether it's the way you should be feeling. You're concerned about feeling this way.
I am. I'm concerned if it is normal and I'm concerned about it getting worse. I mean, I have my friend who constantly reassures me it'll get better. Your hormones will get better towards the end of pregnancy and you'll be okay. But I've heard horrible things about, it worsening, and so I'm terrified of that. I don't want to end up, getting more depressed and not being excited at all or feeling detached from my baby when they're born.
Sure, you're trying to get ahead of it a little bit. You're trying to make sure you can have a real loving connection with your baby and not feel this way or worse. as things
Right.
roll down the road. That makes a lot of sense. I think it's great that you're trying to manage and get ahead of it already here at this stage. Because life is tough enough. You don't want to have to
Yeah.
feel this way all the way through it. It just makes it that much more difficult. And it sounds like when you get those opportunities to step outside or get distracted, even though it's hard work, it takes your mind off some of those feelings and they alleviate a little bit, but they're soon return as soon as you're in a different space. And
Yeah.
if I'm correct, even, having to sell it to people, to sell your own happiness to your husband, to your friends, I feel like that would be exhausting. More work on your plate on top of the pregnancy, the hormone fluctuations, which are real, on top of
Hmm.
becoming a new parent. Is this your first child?
It is. It's our first one. So,
Wow.
and see, I almost just did it there. I almost like, we're so excited.
Yeah.
It's just kind of common to react that way, and the core of me is excited. I don't feel that's untruthful. I don't feel excited. Even though I am, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. Um, I know that it's so challenging. There's so many things that get affected in your life by not feeling well, by not feeling the way you want to be feeling as you go through life. And you're here at this doorway of your life about to change. It's something that's very important to you. It's a value, I would imagine, to be a mom. With all values that are important to us, on the flip side of that, which are those things that break our hearts and make us worry and make us anxious. Um, it's two sides of the same coin. So it's very natural to have these feelings during this time. And it's fantastic that you came in here so that we could talk about them and start managing them now. And there's so much more I want to learn about what's going on with you. I wondered if it would be okay if we took a couple of minutes to talk about the kind of therapy I do, how long it takes, what it involves, uh, just to make sure it's the right fit for you. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, my approach is that we work together as a team. And our goal as a team is to clarify your thoughts and feelings so that we can reduce their impact, so that we can learn skills that help you manage them, get ahead of them, so that you can take actions that are in the best interest of your life, so that you can come to a place where you're able to accept self-care and really be able to do that self-nurturance part and to get a distance between them that allows your feelings, that is, your thoughts and feelings, and how directly they are either holding you down or holding you back. It's just a way of shooting perspective. And an important part of that approach is learning skills that help you learn those things, that help you learn how to get distance, how to see things from different perspectives, acknowledging what's really important to you, and then learning how to reduce the impact of those difficult thoughts and feelings and kind of unhooking from them when they naturally arise. Does that sound like it would work for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to learn natural ways to kind of combat this so I don't feel like I'm alienating myself. I think it sounds great.
Oh, okay, well, great. That's wonderful. And I do believe that you could get great benefit from the 6 sessions that your insurance is willing to pay for. And on the sixth session, we could meet, we could talk about it, see where you are. And at that point in time, you can decide whether you would like to schedule another session or not. It will totally be the balls in your court. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty awesome.
Thank you for coming in today. Before you go, I wanted to invite you to do an activity. It's not mandatory. It's totally up to you. And it's easy to do. It's an activity that you could do anytime, any place between today and when I see you next time. You could do it several times or just once. And all it is, it's called the noticing thoughts activity, and it's super easy to do. All I want you to do is notice your thoughts. It's that uncomplicated. But it gets complicated in that thoughts are constantly coming and going right now. Right now, we're having thoughts about the chair we're sitting on, the rooms that we're in, how tough this day is, how we really wish we had a cup of coffee. I mean, there's just millions of thought trains flying by. I don't want you to try to change your thoughts. I just want you to notice them and then watch them go again. Just paying attention. You can name them if you want. You don't have to. You can go, there's a coffee thought, but just notice them and have them go. Does that sound like something you could do between now and next week?
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. It was great meeting you, Jenna.